Hey there, and welcome to my 34 weeks pregnant update with our third baby. I am 34 weeks pregnant right now, and in the last week it seems like things change kind of day by day, and so I like to share these updates because every week is so different in pregnancy and every pregnancy is so different. So I hope that these videos are encouraging to you if you're pregnant as well and going along this journey. Everybody's different, but I appreciate you following along with my journey this time. I'm so thankful to be getting closer to the end. I've got about 6 weeks to go, which seems crazy sometimes and seems like a long time sometimes. But last week was pretty emotional. I was crying a lot. I had, some back pain and some painful cramping that I talked about in my last update. And thankfully this week has been much better. On the physical side, it hasn't been as painful. I mentioned last week that I started being more intentional about leaning forward and getting the pressure off of my back so I wouldn't have as much back pain, and that has continued to help. And also at this point, baby is moving really well. I feel lots of kicks and movements, but it hasn't been super painful where it was hurting me to walk at some points last week. This week has been better. I did have someone come and clean my house this week, which was a miracle, it feels like, because I had tried to get several different people to come and clean and they weren't available, and I just felt really bad in a dirty house. I would clean when I had the energy, but it would just get messy again. With toddlers, that's just how it is. And so I knew I needed some backup, needed some help with those deep cleaning things. I was feeling the nesting urge of wanting a really clean house, prepping for this baby, but feeling like it didn't have to be me cleaning it. So I had somebody come in and help clean underneath the couches and the windows and some of the deeper stuff, the baseboards, stuff that I'm not going to get around to being 8 months pregnant with 2 toddlers running around. It's just not realistic for me right now. So that was a big help and just a relief to have somebody come in and help clean. I feel like that's a step closer to getting ready for baby. And this next week I'm going to have my mother-in-law come in to visit, and she's really excited to help me with baby prep. So what we'll be doing next week is getting out the baby clothes from our attic from my little girl and my little boy. And since we're not finding out the gender of this baby until they're born, we're just going to be prepped either way. We're going to have the baby boy clothes and the baby girl clothes, and whichever one it is, we'll keep those clothes and put the rest back in the attic for the next baby. So I think it's going to be fun to get out those tiny little baby clothes, those newborn clothes in 0 to 3 months, and have those ready to go. I've got a lot of white onesies and things that could be gender neutral, so it's really not a big deal to me. I'm excited to find out who they are once they get here. So I have been watching some birth videos, especially natural home births and water births, just to kind of get inspired. Everybody's story is so different and they're so amazing and fascinating to me, like what our bodies are capable of, growing a human and birthing a human. And so I was watching some of those birth videos, and some of them were not finding out the gender either until the baby was born. And so, the baby comes up onto the mother's chest, and then they're just so excited to have a baby and so thankful, and then they're like, oh, is it a boy or a girl? And so they have to look. It's like a double take because it's not the first thing on their mind. They're just so thankful to have their baby there and to have a healthy delivery. That's the main thing. But then it's like an added surprise or a secondary excitement to find out if it's a boy or a girl. So I'm really looking forward to that moment for us, because with my first 2 babies I did find out at the anatomy scan, and this time I haven't had any ultrasounds because we have been monitoring things and the baby has seemed fine, so we haven't medically needed one. And I knew that if I did go, I'd probably want to find out, so I just decided not to this time, and that's been different. I haven't had little pictures of my baby, which that would be nice, but we're about to meet them in a few weeks, so I'm just holding out. I'm like, we can wait 6 weeks or so. At this point, I'm feeling pretty good about the baby's growth and everything, and so I'm really thankful for a smooth pregnancy and just kind of prepping towards the birth at this point. And I am starting to take Dr. Christopher's birth prep this week, and that's an herbal blend that helps your body to prepare for labor. And so when those real contractions happen, it helps you progress quickly and smoothly. And it also has helped a lot of women that have waited to go into natural labor, who have had long labors or late term, so past 40 weeks. And since both of my earlier pregnancies were almost 2 weeks late, I am working with my midwife to try this to make sure that we get closer to the due date. So the goal is between 38 and 40 weeks, and closer to 40 weeks. So I'm excited to try that out this time. It's something different I didn't use last time. Other than that, I've been taking my prenatal vitamins. I've been taking the omega 369, which I've mentioned before. And so trying to take those every single day. I have forgotten sometimes, but for the most part, I'm trying to take my vitamins every day, trying to drink enough water, get some exercise, have more gentle movement, and also just being aware of my body when I need to rest, to like put up my feet, you know, to just sit down, put on my feet, or move around gently, or like whatever I need to do. I try not to push myself at this point, because in my head, I think that I can do more than my body is like willing to do. And so I think, oh yeah, I'll just start this. And then I want to finish it, but then I get winded halfway through and I'm like, okay, I need to take 5, you know, I need to take a few minutes and just sit down. Other than that, I did go to bed like super early one night this week. I was so tired. I went to sleep at like 7 o'clock and I slept hard until like the next morning. So really thankful that my husband is helping with the other kids' bedtime routine, and so that's something that's off my plate right now, so I can really rest. And I really enjoy those morning snuggles with my kiddos, because they wake up and, you know, they miss me. And so it's really sweet just trying to think about, you know, the last few weeks with them as a mom of 2 kids, and soon there's going to be a newborn, and that schedule is going to be, you know, pretty busy with them nursing a lot and napping and waking up. And so just trying to soak in those moments with, you know, my little boy is 2 and he loves to snuggle his mommy. And so I do get like teary and like emotional thinking about like the last time we're gonna do things before the baby. And that might seem kind of ridiculous, I don't know, but I'll be like, oh, this is the last time we're gonna go this place before the baby, or this is probably the last time we're gonna do this kind of thing or this kind of outing before the baby. And so it's really sweet, but I'm also like trying to soak it in. I'm trying to take those pictures and just like, you know, remember this time right now in our life and document it, because I know that it is so short. And soon it's gonna be, you know, new memories and great things as well. But I am just like in that sentimental mode all the time. I feel like I could cry like that when something like really sweet happens, or if somebody says something that's sentimental, it just makes me want to cry. So that's where I'm at this point at 34 weeks. I did want to share a few things that I'm loving at this point in pregnancy, and wanted to share that with you if it's helpful at all. So one thing I have been using to boost my protein is this protein shake. It's a chocolate flavored protein shake, and I just add almond milk to it in the blender. Super good, and I've been drinking this every day. This is like a huge thing. I really like the little bottles that I can take around with me, so I'll probably switch to that once the baby's here. But for now, I'm using this big jug with some almond milk. I put that in my daily routine. Also, did you know that your feet can grow like a whole shoe size during pregnancy? During my first pregnancy, my shoe size went from size 9 to size 10. So I did have a full size up, and I didn't go back to size 9. And so one thing I really liked was some supportive flip-flops or supportive sandals last time in the 3rd trimester. That's pretty much my go-to for most of the time. But I got these this time for our beach trip. These are actually Crocs sandals, and I'm going to link them below on Amazon because that's where I got them. But these have been so comfy, and they have good support. And so that's been what I wear most of the time, is just sandals. And so if you have any swelling in your feet, or if your feet are growing another size or a half size, or whatever, it might be good to kind of size up. And that's true with maternity clothes as well. You know, if your regular underwear is not fitting, just know that like by the time that you're at the end, like it's really good towards the middle or towards the end, it's good to just size up and wear comfortable clothes, comfortable underwear. Like just make the switch and size up. It's going to be okay. You're going to fluctuate. And so I'm trying to think forward to you know, what I need to have stocked up in the house, what I need to have stocked for postpartum. I got my postpartum kit stuff in the mail, and so that is in my medicine cabinet and ready for that. So you can check out my postpartum kit video for what I put in that, but basically the stuff that I used before, reordered that and it came in. So anyway, I'm so excited for you following along. Thank you for watching this. I would love to hear your comments, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss anything. Duty calls, gotta go, mom life. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.